I think it's one you all know, and if you don't, well, it just repeats the same line. As soon as you hear it one time, it's going to be the same thing the next time, so I think you should stand up. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Now we're in the right place at the right time, just where we're supposed to be. We're in the right place at the right time, just where we're supposed to be. We're in the right place at the right time, just where we're supposed to be. We're in the right place at the right time, just where we're supposed to be. Oh, our souls are welcome here. Our souls are welcome here. We are getting the message loud and clear. Our souls are welcome here. Now you got to turn around and sing it to your neighbor. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. Oh, your soul is welcome here. Oh, your soul is welcome here. You are getting the message loud and clear. Your soul is welcome here. And now, sing it whichever way you like and go. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Our souls are 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 welcome here. All right.
All right, good morning. I want to do a bit of a mic check. Can y'all hear me? I'm doing the hands-free one. I got a lot of feedback about how I held the mic too low. So, we're learning, we're growing. Do we have anyone here for the first time today with us? Any newbies? Okay, good. It's all safe, all welcome people. Well, yes, like Kathy said, we are here to celebrate Reverend Joe. I did not have the pleasure of knowing him, but I'm really excited to get to know his spirit through all of you that did. I'm so happy to be part of the Unity community, so very beautiful day today. All right, so we are going to take a stand and go over our vision, mission, and core values. I'm going to take a calming breath because I'm just so excited to be here. Oh, it's up there now too? Whoa, get it, Sally? Yeah! Okay, great. All right, so I guess we don't really need to do a call and response then if it's right there. Okay, cool. Look at me, learning as we go. All right, let's go. Vision, centered in divine love and wisdom. We joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality.
That's good. Next.
Take a moment, okay. Mission, through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service, we put God's love into action. And we just marinate on that. Core values: spirit-led, love, generosity, gratitude, inclusivity.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Yay.
So we are here to celebrate. So when you celebrate, what do we usually do? Like what do we bring into the room when we celebrate? Joy, right? And there's a sense of lightness and euphoria. And so two people, Kathy, asked me if Reverend Joe was here. He's here. Okay? Yes. Yes. And so I want to give a special acknowledgement to Ken Betancourt, who is Reverend Joe's son. Thank you so much for being here, Ken. And so what you'll be hearing today, the songs, everything that shapes this entire day is inspired by Reverend Joe. So this would have been his favorite music, some of his hymns. We're going to just do it all in honoring Reverend Joe. And the reason why we're honoring Reverend Joe is not just as our first minister here, but this is our official kickoff to our 50-year anniversary. So, yes, yes. And I know I've said it before, but the reason why 2025 is our 50th year is because we know where one or two are gathered, there I am also. And so it was literally a core of 4 people who said, we should have a unity here in Gainesville. And that process began in 1975. And so, y'all, it's a gift. We are standing on the shoulders of all of that love and effort and wisdom and endurance that got us here. And that same thing, those same tools are going to keep us going. And so we are standing on some really strong shoulders, and so we're moving forward. We're going to do our evocation. I said it last week, the week before. Oh my goodness, y'all. That concert, though. What? That concert. Oh my goodness. I was getting ahead of myself. Y'all, was that incredible or what? To see all the organizing that went into it and to see our space transformed. And y'all, we did a head count. We had 85 people. 85 people. And so what's really refreshing is a lot of those faces were new, and I was pulled into a couple of conversations. What is unity? And I said, you're about to find out. Okay? This is what unity is. This is what love looks like. And so we are doing our evocation. If we could take a cleansing breath. So that breath is our superpower. It's our superpower. And so we know here at Unity, our evocation is not inviting God. We don't do that. We don't invite God. We don't say, God, please come on in. We welcome you. We're not doing that. Because we honor that God already is. God was, is, and will always be because we are the very emanation and expression of that oneness. That is a good reminder. And so I said a couple of weeks ago, we don't just brush our teeth once a month and say we did it. So when we do this evocation, we're reminding ourselves of who we are and the power that we possess effortlessly because we are that very power. And so for that, we hit the gong one time. We hit the gong a second time as a reminder that we are the expression, the music, the emanation, the activity, the hands and feet of that oneness. And so when we hit the gong, let's take a cleansing breath. And we hit the gong a final time. As just a little nudge, a little tap on your shoulder, that there is only oneness. And guess what? You are that oneness. And we also have life. We have challenges. We have aching bones and hips. We have emails and stuff that need to get done. And so this is a reminder to bring that clarity of our oneness into all that we do. All right, and so it is. Do we have anybody in this space who celebrated a birthday this week or the week before? Okay. What? Come on, Terry. Yes. Happy birthday, Terry. Stay standing for us. 27. You got it. Do we have anybody who celebrated some kind of anniversary? Maybe this was like the 17th year you did a thing. Or maybe a wedding anniversary. I'm not sure. Okay.
It's my sister's anniversary.
Let's stand up for your sister. And it's today. So that's right. How many years?
40-something.
Wow.
My oldest son turned 17 on Monday.
Steph, you got to stand. Okay? Yes. Steph said that her son is turning 17 on Monday. Let's go. Okay, and do we have anybody, so y'all, a milestone is a big word, but it could be applied to anything. Did we have any milestones that happened this week? I see you, Jackie, standing up. Come on, stand up, Bonnie. We see you, we see you. We celebrate you. I see you, Rolly. And lastly, you know, we're on our path, and when the stream is flowing, we collect little sediments along the way. And sometimes we collect a grieving journey, right? So I want to honor anybody in the space who this week you felt a little prickly. You felt, you know what? Yeah, I could have felt something. We see you. We see you. Okay, so we see you.
Dave, I usually come to Zoom, but I'm feeling better.
All right.
Yay.
That's it. Yes. If y'all didn't hear him, that was Dave. He said, I'm always on Zoom, but today I'm feeling better. So when we wave at the end, Dave is one of the people that we waving at. And Jane, who was in the spot. Okay, y'all, so what I want us to do is I want us to lift our hands, and we're going to just send them in the direction of those who are standing. And I want you to imagine that your heart is being expressed through your hand. We're going to take a cleansing breath. And repeat after me. We see you. We celebrate you. We hold you on your sacred path. You are all there is. Because God is all there is. And so it is. And so y'all know that's our oneness. And we're going to light our oneness unity candle to honor all those who stood. And we are lighting our red candle for what? Life. Can we say life?
Life.
Life. Let's go. All right, Steph.
All right. So for community highlights, obviously today we're celebrating Reverend Joe. Also, on starting January 5th, our wonderful new Reverend is going to be hosting and facilitating every Sunday moving forward a meditation circle starting at 9 a.m. And that's going to be open to the public and the community. So it'll last for an hour. You can come in, meditate. It's going to be a really beautiful space. I'm so excited about it. I, told Ryan, I was like, when I first moved to Gainesville, I was looking for a meditation circle and wasn't able to find one. So super excited that we will have that. There was another thing that you mentioned. Oh, I remember now. So also January 5th, we're going to be doing the Burning Bowl. Burning Bowl ceremony. Yes, please clap if you know about that. I am new to this. Yes, so the Burning Bowl, we'll be doing that on Sunday, January 5th. And as far as I understand, it's a beautiful way to bring in a new year. You write down what you're ready to let go, set it aflame, and watch the embers go up into the ether. So I'm really excited to be a part of that. Okay. So today, I thank you all in advance for your patience. I'm going to be reading a poem that is in line with today's theme. I hope that some of you are already pretty familiar with it, but it's The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek, and when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much, and the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money." "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house, and then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered. "Come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away, and the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I am too old to swing on branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I am too tired to climb, said the boy. I'm sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I'm sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest. And the boy did, and the tree was happy.
Thank you, Steph. What's really telling for me about that story is the tree, even though its physical representation was no longer there, it was still speaking. It was still giving. The other thing that is powerful about that story is that kid who turned into a man never fully expressed his gratitude. Never. Even in old age, there was still offering. And the lesson for us is multifaceted. But today is about giving. Our entire service is about giving, because this is what Reverend Joe embodied. When I first got here, the stories I heard about Reverend Joe was that he was love. He represented love. And love is giving. And so in a moment, we're going to hear from Reverend Joe's son, Ken, playing one of Reverend Joe's favorite tracks. But I want to, if we can, focus our attention on this portrait. Sally, if you can zoom in on here, I want to show y'all something really quick. Thank you, Sally. You rocking it back there. Okay, y'all. So what's really lovely about this picture is a couple of things, all right? Yes, the sun is doing something beautiful on his head, right? But I want y'all to see what's behind him. There's somebody behind him, right? And there's people around him, right? This is not a portrait that's in JCPenney where he's surrounded by, beautiful canned lighting. This is a demonstration of what makes all this work possible. There are faceless bodies who work, who keep an organization such as the spiritual community functioning. And we're able to celebrate Reverend Joe, not just for what he did, for the people who were around and created that community. Does that make sense, y'all? And what I love about this picture is it's not just him. That person behind him, whose face we don't see, is a symbol for all the labor, all the work that went into making this community possible.
I like to play a song that my dad liked. This is a hymn. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and voice I hear calling on my ear. The Son of God is closing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks to the sound of his voice. It's so sweet that the birds hush their singing
with me. He tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
I'd stay in the garden with him, though night around me is falling. It bids me go through a voice of woe, and to be its calling. And he walks
With me, he talks with me. He tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Yes, he walks
With me,
and
he talks with me. And he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Thank you so much. We're going to move now into prayer. And what I love about what we do here is prayer is not a soliciting. We're not going to a vending machine. In fact, right, prayer are the very words that we use all the time. When we say to somebody how we're feeling, that is a prayer. When they say, how are things going? That answer is an affirmation for what you desire. That's truth. So we're going to take a cleansing breath, and our prayers are just words, but they hold vibration. In this moment, we hold gratitude. We hold it precious, and we release it knowing that love is all there is. And as we celebrate our founders, our history, we also celebrate our present and for the future to come. For this and all things we say, and so it is. Amen. Ashe. I want to invite, I'm going to put y'all on the spot, everybody who participated in the Giving Challenge. So on November 8th, we had the Welcome Minister potluck, and then immediately after, we had a community visioning. So if you participated in that Giving Challenge, please stand. Please stand. Yep. Yep. Carla, please stand. Okay. So I think that's all of us. All right. So for those of us who are standing, I'm going to ask y'all, and then I'm going to get Rupali in a second because I know she was there as well. I want y'all to consider what was the eye-popping, it doesn't have to be big, but what was the eye-popping offering that came in your giving? Okay, so let me explain it really quick. So this was something that Hannah and Gerardo brought forward, an exercise that came from Center for Spiritual Living, right? And it was modified and curtailed to support our community. And the thing was to be highly mindful of the unexpected income. Okay? So what that means is if somebody said, I got it, let me take you to lunch. No, I got it. If your meal was $20, that's unexpected income. Okay? So I'm gonna get us started. I had so many unexpected incomes, and Sally and I, we did it together. So y'all, I'm gonna use the word eye-popping. The eye-popping one for me happened yesterday, last night. We were coming up from Tampa, and I got pulled over. It happened so rarely, I slammed on the brakes because I thought for sure they were getting somebody else. It was no way they were coming for me. No way. So Resin's wide awake, Kenya's wide awake. It's like, Daddy, what's going on? I said, I don't know. I know I wasn't speeding. Yes, I was. So the deputy pulls up. He says, I appreciate you slowing down, but I almost ran into the back of you. I said, yeah, I thought you were getting somebody else. And so he was like, I need your, the stuff that they need. And so he said, do you know why I pulled you over? Y'all, I hate that question. No, I don't know. And some of us, if you do know, I'm not going to answer it, okay? But anyway, I said, he said, yeah, you were doing 67 and a 50. And I was like, whoa. He said, yeah, you were going fast. And I said, oh my goodness, I said something. And so he takes my license and he comes back probably within like 30 seconds, everything was clear. And he said, I'm gonna let you go. He said, but this would have been a $264 ticket. And in my mind, I'm like, we got Christmas. And I'm like, thank you so much. And it wasn't like a performance of thank you, it was a genuine thank you, right? Because I could have got slapped with that ticket, it would have been easy money for the county, right? All that to say, that was unexpected. That was income. Can we say income? Income. So what we're doing is we're going to pass the mic to those of us who are participating in the Unexpected Income Challenge. And what I'm hoping this does is inspire all of us to participate, because every 30 days we're going to do a report. And so today is our report. Okay, so who stood up first? I see you probably, it was somebody who stood up. Dee Dee, I think you were you were ready, so let me get you. Can you share with us?
All right, I'm Dee Dee, and I had a few things that happened that were really lovely. The one that was an eye-popper was that one morning I looked at my email, and I got this email from my bank saying that I had been a loyal customer and they were depositing $100 in my bank account. I've never. Yeah.
I'll just say that I sometimes am not agile online, and I was trying to support a cause. Won't get into the details of that, but it was fairly recent. And in that moment, I discovered that I had been donating that amount of money for the last 6 months, which meant that I had gifted a certain party over $1,000. Now, I had no intention of offering, although I am a good loyal supporter, that amount. So I went through the process of trying to figure out how to get it from being a monthly donation to a one-time only donation, and then trying to figure out what the next step was, if there was any recourse, to get some part of that back. And what ended up happening was a miracle, because I actually got someone calling me from that party saying, we see that you have requested us to give back some of your donation because you mistook the one-time only for a monthly donation. And they said, you've been generous in the past, so we're refunding you $800, $900, I think they said $900 of that. And it was, you're talking about a large amorphous organization that actually got back personally to give me back that entire income.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, and there were a lot of moments when, quite literally within 30 minutes, I experienced something that just made me go like, what? This is insane. It just fell in my lap. But the one that made my eyes pop the most was I really needed cat litter, and my cat litter situation wasn't working, and there was this new kind of cat litter that I had my eyes on, but it's literally 3 times the amount more than what my kind of cat litter that I have been using was. And along with the cat litter, I really wanted a bigger scooper because it would just decrease the amount of time I had to be bent over. So 2 very specific things. And a few weeks ago, I go over to a friend's house, and At the end of our visit, she says, "By the way, I have no more use for this very specific cat litter and very large scooper. Would you like them?" And when I tell you my jaw was just open, I was like, "You don't understand." So that one was mine.
So the challenge is to really reprogram our reticular activator system in our mind, looking for all those blessings. Sometimes we give for granted or we don't even celebrate. I mean, all those unexpected incomes. And do a bookkeeping. So I have in my computer this list, and every unexpected income goes into my bookkeeping. And what comes at the end is that at the end of the month period, and this would be the end of the month period for our challenge here, we write a check for 10% of what we got to our congregation. So with Hannah, we started this in September in Center for Spiritual Living. And for the first months, we had $577, so we wrote a $60 check for CSL. Then the second month we had $590, and we wrote another $60 check. And now our challenge here that it's still overlapping with the challenge we're doing at CSL, so we're going to divide 50-50. Our tithing for Unity and for CSL, but next month is going to be 100% for Unity. Well, I'm going to tell you that we have made so far in unexpected income since September $2,209. And the eye-popping was yesterday a phone call. Because we start tomorrow with the December, with the new for Unity. Yes.
So, first there was really sad news. So 2 members of his family passed away at the same day. All right, on both sides of the family. And so he was very sad, and being the natural health nut that I am, I went and I sorted through my homeopathics, and I'm like looking for how to release grief. So I gave him 2 pellets, and he was very, sort of soulful throughout the day. And then we got in the car because we had to go somewhere, and we started talking, and I was asking him questions about his relatives because I didn't know them. And so now I'm going to give this back to you so you can finish the story.
I discovered in that conversation with Hannah that I had to hold for I'm 74 years, resentment to my ancestors and family members who had been very rich. They owned almost a whole province of Chile, big, rich people. And I grew up listening to all those richness stories while we were starving. I mean, we were having a very bad economic situation in my home, and the joke is we ate rice with potatoes, and next week potatoes with rice. So, and then I discovered I had been resentful for them talking and telling me all those wonderful stories about how rich they had been before, and I was living in that scarcity. So I said, okay, I'm gonna let that go. We are doing this unexpected income, and it's getting every month more and more and more. Well, at the end of the day, we got a phone call. We are going to get, completely out of the blue, completely unexpected, $2,500. Next week. So that with that, we start the tithing for Unity.
Okay, the boss is saying, all right, Carla, get up there. So mine isn't exactly in a check, But I just want to tell you about my dentist. And he is an amazing man. And he's been my dentist for over 20 years, maybe 30, I don't know. But I had a situation with this tooth, and it all started when I was in the heaviness of grief from the loss of my husband. And so I called him up and I said, hey, you know, every tooth in my head hurts. And so do you have anything like you could give me to make that stop? And he said, yeah, modification of your behavior. And so anyway, this started this ball rolling. But in the meantime, I had been clenching my teeth so tight that he had to do a crown. And he came in one day on a Sunday, and to treat me, and did not charge me. And so several times, and I was trying to think of what that would add up to, but he would fix something or other, and he would say no charge. And he made a one of those guards like the football players wear, and so I have equipment now, But so no charge. So I don't really know what that would add up to, but I do know that it's got to be at least $1,000. And so I just want you to know that I just wrote a check for 100 for this church. And it's not to be bragging about it, but it is important that it's 10%. 10% of what I think it is. This is something that works. I do not understand the metaphysics of it. I just know that when we behave as if there is no lack, whether it's in friendship or physical illness or whatever, if we have this attitude of there is no lack, then there is no lack. And we are always taken care of. So thank you very much. And I can pass the mic to somebody else.
Okay. I don't like to bring attention to myself, but over the last 7 years, if you may notice, there's always some white orchids up on the podium, and that's been kind of one of my things. I started it as a honor in the memory of Ann, my late wife, and I always try to make sure, right before Thanksgiving, I was looking, I don't have any coming along in my greenhouse, and then had a couple of customers up in Georgia said, hey, can you bring us some orchids? And I said, let me see what I can do. So I made we were going to Giannina's daughter's house in Orlando for Thanksgiving. So I called this grower, a friend of mine, and I said, can you put me together 5 cases of double white fails? He said, I don't know if I can or not, let me see. And he said, well, we're closed Thanksgiving and Friday. I said, oh man, I'm gonna be down there Thursday and Friday. If I could pick them up, you can be here at 8 o'clock Friday morning, we'll have them. I said, how about 9? He goes, okay. So anyway, I went and he had them and I wrote him a check and so then I had, but I didn't have them all sold. I went ahead and bought more than I had sold. And so I said, okay, I'm going to set some aside because we needed some to go in the church. I set some aside at my house and I said, I'm going to save these to put in the church and freshen up a couple of pots. And then the rest of them, I said, I got on the phone and I got about half of them sold. So I went to St. Simon's Island. I kept going to different places and calling people. And then I was getting ready to leave, and somebody called me and says, do you have any more orchids? Yeah, and before I left the island, I sold every orchid I took with me. So basically, the money I spent for the plants, I got back, plus I had plants to go here, and we spent $750, and I put $1,500 in my pocket, so that's $750 profit. And we got fresh orchids here at the church, so it's a positive.
Is this better? Okay. To make this brief,
somebody on this planet is enormously unhappy with me and has broken into my home more times than I can think of, which is why I moved here to get away from this person, who has still broken in a couple times up here and digitally harassed me and made anything digital enormously difficult, if not impossible, and truly gotten to the point where it has kept me from pursuing my career, my business, the thing that gives me hope for having the life I want. And it's been outrageous, and I have tried everything. And one text, I keep getting these bizarre texts. I got mad at Verizon for not keeping him out of there, and they wanted to get rid of me because it was 10 minutes till closing on the Saturday after Black Friday. So they sent me to the fraud department. This person is now being investigated by Verizon in conjunction with other tech companies with the goal of putting this person in prison. And not only is this something, I can't imagine how many thousands of dollars it would cost, but to have the connections to be able to do that, I am just blown away. I'm spending hours on the phone with this person, giving them every shred of information I can, and they are literally working. Take the list of tech companies. They're working together to put this guy in prison.
Can we all stand for a second? Yeah, stand right here for me. Okay. If we can stand if we're able. And what we're going to do is we're just going to simply extend our arms and hands. Okay? And when we rub our hands together, it's just a reminder that this energy is already present. Right? We're not activating anything. It's just a reminder that we already got the juice. Does that make sense? Okay. And when we extend our hands, we're extending our hands in love. And we acknowledge that our heart isn't just contained to what's inside of our chest. Our heart is vibration that shows up before we enter a room. And so right now, I want you to look around the room. These are hearts that are extending love to you. And we're going to say a prayer. We affirm that all is well, that you are secure, because love is all there is. We see you giggling. We see you flirting. We see you feeling oh so good. And we wrap our arms around you. Okay, y'all, this is important for all of us. When we say, and so it is, it's like candy paper, right? You take the candy out, and so it is. That clarity of its doneness, and so it is. Does that make sense? So we are saying, and so it is. It's done. It's done. We love you. Toast. You heard that? She said toast. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Oh. Sing it. Okay.
I see them bloom for me and you. And I say to myself, What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white. Oh, blessed day, dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow are pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They ain't know much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you.
All right. This happened to me yesterday at 1:30. I was to meet my youngest daughter at her art studio, and I left the house. I stopped at a traffic light, which was taking forever. And as soon as I saw the traffic light change from red to green, I pressed the pedal, the gas pedal, and I went. And I had not seen that there was a car that was coming down 39th Avenue, and he went through the red light, and somehow I was able to avoid him, and he was able to slam his brakes on time. So I won the jackpot yesterday.
I have to tell my story. It's not exactly income, but it's income coming in. I have this dear friend since 1988 in Hawaii, and we've been very close over the years. But she's kind of an erratic, independent sort of person, and you don't quite know what to expect from her. Sometimes she sends me a birthday card. Sometimes she doesn't. So I got a Christmas card from her about a week or so ago. I said, oh, that's nice. Opened it up. And there is 2 $100 bills. Now, she's not rich. She said, I want you and Edward to go on a vacation. So I am so blessed. Give thanks.
Yeah, I'm Dave. I was first introduced to this concept by Geraldo in our men's group. I'm not familiar with it, and I was trying to fit it into my life right now as what unexpected income I've had. And my wife and I collect pottery, and I have a really good artist friend who creates pottery. And I went to her studio, and I saw what I thought was the most exquisite thing, just a beautiful little vase. And I asked her, how much do you want for it? And she says, that's $50. And I said, oh, okay. And she said, no, take it for Christmas. So I saved $50 that I don't have.
All right. I cannot think of a more appropriate way to honor Reverend Joe. In the sharing of these stories, we demonstrate a couple things. We demonstrate the vulnerability of saying yes to the universe. When we say yes, we're acknowledging not just what's in front of us, but our hopes and dreams and desires for more. How many of us have found a moment in life when we just wanted nothing to change. It's like, okay, if I get one more thing, I'm gonna go crazy. I just need it to be, just stop, just everything, just. But we understand that when it does stop, we actually block the current, the flow for our good. And it shows up in so many ways, y'all. In our thinking faculty, we have a precise way in which we think we want it to go. We know exactly how we want it to go. But when the path starts veering in a different direction, grief starts to set in. Because the grief is, and I'm gonna use the word control, we wanted to control the outcome. The grief is simply the release of how it wasn't supposed to go in the first place. We're in a time, in a season, in a moment of the year when what's being called of us is to release what we think we want. Because if we can perceive it, we've already limited it. Now, it's okay to have a vision. In fact, we have our own vision as a community. It's beautiful to set intentions and affirmations. But it's just like when we flick that coin into a fountain, it has to be released. Because what's to come is always far easier, far more magical, far more all the things, because we surrendered. And so what we heard today is evidence of the surrender. I'm calling on all of us to be mindful of the giving that's come. And the giving shows up in a lot of ways, y'all. When somebody calls and says, hey, I was just thinking about you. That's giving. We got a card from our mailman yesterday that said, happy holidays. Say, what? We are surrounded by love if we see it. We can also see ourselves surrounded by agitation, things to be afraid of, hurt, harm, danger. Because we are the activity of God, we can create the reality we want to experience. You can have two people come out of the exact same household. You and your siblings come from the same line and have two drastically different experiences of life. We are co-creators. And what we're witnessing today is the promise of a gift. I cannot think of a more appropriate way to honor Reverend Joe.
He can turn the tide and calm the angry sea. He alone decides who writes a symphony. He lights every star that makes the darkness bright. He keeps watches through each long and lonely night. He finds the time to hear a child's first prayer. Saint or sinner call, and always find him there. Though it makes him sad to see the way we live, he'll always say, I forgive. Yes, he still finds the time to hear a child's first prayer. Saint or sinner call, and always find him there. Though it makes him sad to see the way we live, he'll always say, I forgive.
Thank you so much, Ken. It feels like we get a chance to see Reverend Joe's, like, this is what, I mean, the fact that you are his son, we can see you. It's like, oh, okay. We see Reverend Joe all up in you, right? And we get a chance to experience the music that was important to Reverend Joe. And we get a chance to hear in the very lyrics how much we have expanded as a community. How incredible is this? We're now moving into our giving. Y'all, we got a beautiful day. If you came in, you saw the activity in the potluck. So I'm about to wrap us up here so we can get to it. But what I am asking all of us to do, with every, and they're preparing y'all, so ain't nobody leaving, they're just getting this ready to eat. When we take our fork and the serving spoons and we make our plate, can we say thank you? Or I am grateful, right? Right? And as we eat and as we are in community with each other, can we just be reminded, I am grateful? Can we say I am grateful? And as we are in community with each other, let's keep that vibration of gratitude high. All right, so let's take our gifts of offering, whatever that might be. And what I want you to do is, if it's a check or whatever it is, I want you to just take a quick glance at it, or if you know the number, and I want you in your mind's eye to multiply this by 10. Multiply this number by 10. Yes, Lord, I love it. All right, and know that in less than a year's time, that's the kind of giving we're going to be able to do up in here, okay? Now, let's do this. We're going to bless this offering, and we just simply say, we are grateful. We see this seed flourish into more, and we welcome its return. And so it is. We are walking our talk, okay? So it was faith that signed the signatures, and it's more faith that's going to produce everything that makes it possible. No debt, we release. What is that? We are taking care of this. And I asked Sally, we're going to eventually put the number up so we can envision the cost and see it done. Does that make sense? So it's over 20,000, but we are moving forward. It's happening. Okay, so I want y'all to feel the, yes. I want y'all to just feel the last little remnants of this flooring. And so what I want us to do is, after we finish our meal, we're going to have community visioning in here, a 30-minute time where we envision what we intend for our community moving into the new year. It's only going to be about 20 or 30 minutes, but I welcome you to stay after for that. Are the kiddos nearby? All right, cool. Let's sing them in, y'all.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Miss Gwen.
Good morning. We have Victoria back with us today. And today we made a Christmas decoration. Can you turn it around, Rez? It spells joy, which kind of sounds like Joe, right? That's right. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Joe, because without him we wouldn't be here today.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all, here we go. If we can stand if we're able, and we're going to bless our children in front of us, the children around us, our nieces, nephews, grandkids, and the words are, that's actually not it, but, yep, there it is. Boom. Okay. Let's say together, children, you are perfect just the way you are, the divine, magnificent, outpicturing of source. Everything you desire is yours because you and God are one. All right, y'all, let's circle up. That's right. You're going to get to know us, Victoria. You better get ready. All right, let's go ahead and circle up, and we're going to do our prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment
All right, here we go. The light of God surrounds us. All right, y'all, last thing, if we could look at the camera for any of our love members who are not here. Hey, what's up? We are wrapping our arms around you, and we will see you next time. All right, y'all, let's eat.